Good Tuesday to you, and thank you for being here with me this evening. It has been in the first announcement for the program tonight, it's been as the saying is, stop the presses day for the Big Sandy News, and myself as well closely watching. We have the Big Sandy News representatives here and in the Louisa office as well, watching and waiting for what was to be the sentencing of former County Attorney Mike Hogan and his wife earlier today. That sentencing delayed on a couple of occasions, most recently until today, when it was scheduled to start at 10 o'clock this morning. As of 5 o'clock, and then thereafter, just a few moments ago, there was still no word on that sentencing being completed. So we are holding up the paper for a little bit longer to see if that comes in. And should I have the information on that, of course, I will pass that along to you in just a few moments. Of course, the Hogans are accused of sometime between March of 2013 and April of 2020, he paying his wife, who worked in his office, over $360,000 from the Lawrence County Delinquent Tax Fund account. And as well, he is well admitted to defrauding the Lawrence County Child Support Enforcement Office, part of the Cabinet for Health and Family Services, through fraudulent billing practices, I believe it was. So possibly an update before I leave you in just a few moments. An update on Ian. Right now, not a major player right now, I want to stress, in our weather, but a lot of folks in Florida, of course, watching. We'll take a quick look at its most recent path and projected path as well. And the possibilities that it will affect our weather are there, certainly, just not affecting us, hopefully, to a significant degree. I have that. I have a fatal auto accident that took place yesterday in a neighboring county. And from our McGoffin County Health Department, the end of an era. One of the main trackers, tools that we have used since the pandemic began, stopped today after our public health directors across the Commonwealth received word from the state. Also, a word on when the bivalent vaccine will be available here in McGoffin County at the health department. All that and more in just a second.
It was true last week, true this week, it'll be true next week. There's always new arrivals, and now they're for fall at the seasonal shop. They've got new fall shorts and more coming in soon, but they're already fully stocked on cello jeans and cutoffs, and they're now carrying Hornet football, hats, tees, and sweatshirts just in time for the season, and all proceeds go to the McGoffin County Quarterback Club, plus new Ridge and Holler designs, some that need no explanation, and a complete new line of fall baby clothes. And remember, they have baby and wedding registry. They also have a new line by Capri Blue where fashion meets fragrance. Amazingly pleasing scents across a line of candles, diffusers, soaps, lotions, and perfumes for home, car, and the bath. And do yourself a favor and don't even think about looking anywhere else for fall decorations inside and out before you stop by Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop.
In all honesty, it has taken me since I was appointed mayor after Stanley Hurd suddenly resigned 11 years ago for the city's finances and operations to recover. There was literally $13,000 in the bank when it took $100,000 a month to operate. The waterworks was almost $300,000 in debt, and the power company was actually in the process of cutting off the electricity to the plant. Since then, we have a full-time police force, and they and our fire department have the vehicles and equipment they need to protect our families. I'm very proud of the job I've done, of how our city looks, our streets, our city park and buildings. And I know that every single cent during my administration has been accounted for and invested into Sayersville. And with a sincere gratitude for your support and help, I humbly ask you to re-elect me, James Pete Shepard, as your mayor. Thank you.
There's just no denying it. Some things you crave all year long, but some of those things you crave even more when the leaves start to change and fall and there's a chill in the air. And our famous fresh-baked chicken pot pies are at the very top of that list. They're a warm, tasty, delicious snack or a meal in its own perfect little box at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe.
Stop in at Prohibition today. We have hot coffee, iced coffees, frappuccinos. If you're not a fan of coffee, we have non-coffee beverages like Freshies or Red Bull Kickers. Stop in today for a pup cup, whipped cream and dog treats designed specifically for your pup to make their tails wag. Try our delicious donuts from Gracefully Made Donuts, cheesecake and brownies from our local cheesecake lady, and an assortment of other delicious pastries from Rutabaker's Bakery in Moorhead. Stop in or drive through. We're open till 8 p.m. every day, located on the Parkway next to Appalachian Smoke.
car wrecks,
truck wreck,
disability,
workers' comp,
slip and fall.
wrongful death.
Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
In news from around the area, a 79-year-old Prestonsburg man died as a result of a collision yesterday. I know many of our viewers saw the accident on US 23 near where you turn in to go to the Big Sandy Community and Technical College yesterday shortly before noon. I know that 79-year-old James Medlock was pronounced dead at the Highlands ARH facility a short time later after the crash that took place. No other serious injuries or life-threatening injuries were reported at airtime. Noah Thompson is making his way around Kentucky, around the country, and you want to celebrate New Year's Eve with him, you can do so. Actually, he and Chase Matthew will be performing at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville New Year's Eve, just announced late yesterday afternoon. Tickets will go on sale this Friday in the morning on Ticketmaster, and under $60, I think, for the best seats in the house from the last thing I read. Better get yours quick, or prices will indeed go up once they make it, of course, into the hands of scalpers, to say the very, very least. More on Ian in a few moments. Right now, let's turn to our McGoffin County Health Department. A couple of things of discussion. The bivalent vaccine has been confirmed to be available in just a few days at the McGoffin County Health Department. And it will be available to you in a drive-through format. You won't have to get out of your car. And in addition, the at least, and what could be permanent end, at least temporary, but possibly permanent end, to what we have used as one of the main tracking tools in keeping up with COVID. Its increases, its peaks, and its falls for the last 2 years, announced today. First, we'll turn to our Public Health Director, and he will confirm to us that after some delay and a small initial shipment to all of the Commonwealth of only 5 million units, almost 30 million units have made their way around the state, and the McGoffin County Health Department will be giving the Moderna bivalent vaccine on next Tuesday, and you won't have to leave your car to get it.
We plan next Tuesday to have a drive-through clinic. The state is wanting all the health departments in case of emergencies to be able to have people drive through and get vaccines and medications and stuff like that in case of a disaster. So we're going to use that as one of our training periods and do that with the vaccine and flu shot. You can get the vaccine and your flu shot at the same time, but you will stay in your car and you'll drive around to different stations set up at the health department to get your vaccine and your flu shot.
Is this just going to be a one-time thing on Tuesday for training purposes only for now?
Yes, it'll be a one-time thing for a training, and then the next Tuesday, hopefully, we'll receive another 100 doses, and we'll be giving them inside the health department as we've done in the past.
And again, we want to stress that flu shots and vaccines are available and recommended at one time.
Yeah, you can take them both at one time. If you don't want to take the flu shot, that's fine. We got flu shots available every day at the health department. You can come in anytime and get your flu shot here at the health department. But for convenience sake, we know some people have a hard time getting out and getting out of their cars. We give a lot of vaccines inside the vehicles out front, even during our regular vaccines. So, we just wanted to do this and maybe help some people out and just see how it will work out. I hope it works out fine. I believe it will. We will have stations, like I say, set up. We'll have some extra police and fire department here to help with traffic in case it gets a little hectic.
Shepard says the hours next Tuesday are still a bit unknown because they're kind of waiting to see what the rain is going to do, if there is any that's going to be associated with leftovers or remnants of Hurricane Ian at that time. So I'll closely follow that and make that announcement and update as the week progresses. Now, let's move on to our next topic of discussion. As for the next announcement, Shepard says that per the state, these numbers that we have tracked and reported on for over 2 years, well, they have officially come to an end as of earlier today. That's right, one of the main tracking tools that we've been using to see where we are locally as far as COVID cases are concerned will no longer be effective, at least for the time being.
The doctors and hospitals, all the positive cases are put in a system called NEDS, and that's where we go in each day and we can see how many COVID positive cases we have in the county. As of today, they're ending that. They're not going to be reporting to the NEDS anymore, so we won't have that information available at the health department to tell you how many cases there are each day. I don't know what the reason it is. They just didn't give us a reason. They just said today was the last day. So the numbers you get today is the numbers that all I will know from now on unless they, we have another major upsback in this pandemic and they continue with the NEDS program.
Wow. That's significant, isn't it? I mean, really?
Yeah, it's really significant. I mean, I don't know. I guess the state still gets their numbers, and they will probably keep on putting you in the red, yellow, whether we're in what stage we're in with the virus. But yeah, it's significant because we look at that every day, and we look at the people that's on it, especially if it's school related. If we have individuals with the schools, we always kind of follow up with them and see how that's going. But evidently at the state level, they find that the information is no longer needed by the health department, so we'll no longer be getting it.
As you heard Shepard say, he also believes this time that this map and the weekly positivity rating data will continue on the state level. We will, of course, track that and keep an eye on that and let you know, in about a few days' time, as the map is usually updated on Friday and the positivity rating the following Monday. I do want to add this to tonight's report that I just read earlier today, that Europe is actually seeing another very significant increase in COVID cases. In fact, a 30% jump in England in just the past 7 days, which is leaving healthcare providers and professionals there wondering if indeed is this the next wave that they are about to have to endure. And in addition to cases taking a significant spike in the past week, they say hospitalizations have also increased there as well. Next, your updated McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. Don't forget the next McGoffin County Community Blood Drive is this coming Monday, 1 to 5 at the Sagersville First Baptist Church. Appointments are greatly appreciated. Walk-ins are welcome as well. Call 1-800-775-2522. It's a typical low season for them as far as donations are concerned, and they're actually a little off that regular low pace. So please stop if you can and help. Next Thursday, an educational baby shower at the McGoffin County Health Department for all pregnant moms and those who just might have a little one 2 months of age or younger. Register with the health department. Get a one-time $10 gift card just for doing that. That's all you got to do. And you'll get a lot of other wonderful support while you're there. 349-6212. Next Friday night, the Sagersville Oktoberfest starts with movie night, Hocus Pocus, at the Ramey Park. This will be 8 o'clock, free water and popcorn. And then over the course of the next few days on, I guess it is Monday the 10th, the 5K Pumpkin Run at 5:30, sponsored by the McGoffin County Cross Country Team in the library. The 27th of October is the big Spooktacular over at the City Park. And then, of course, Thriller that evening as well. And then Trick or Treat Halloween on October the 31st, city and county-wide. Flu shots available for McGoffin County veterans at the McGoffin County DAV location in the back of the community center. That's right, they'll be there for the next DAV meeting. That's next Thursday, October the 6th, 5 to 7. Call 349-2299 if you have any questions, veterans. Moving on to a couple of other quick reminders. Sagersville High School, Class of 75, celebrating next Saturday, 7 to 11 at the Ramada Inn in Paintsville. Classmates Diane Conley, Stacy Robinette, and any others that you can perhaps think of would love to hear from you that evening, and those would love to know that you're coming as well, so be sure to let them know. And make sure you're coming, make sure you're going to the 4th Annual Walnut Festival presented by the Royalton Community Council. Saturday, October the 15th, 11 in the morning to 8 that night. Don Rigsby, Black Powder Express, the Evans Brothers, the 4th Annual event, the petting zoo, family fun, face painting, food vendors, the car show. Listen, if you want to be a product vendor, call Janice at 884-2031. Food vendors, call Marlene at 496-7328. And for everyone else, just plan on being there. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time, of course, at the Half Mountain Park there at the Battlefield Park, October the 15th. That's not that long away. Call me when you have a calendar announcement, birthdays and anniversaries too, of course, and we'll pass those along. If you would like a birth announcement, birthday or anniversary printed in the Sagersville Independent, for free there too. Please send those to Heather at SagersvilleIndependent.com. One funeral service announcement tonight as we go on to obituaries. Services will start Thursday at 1 for 85-year-old Jeanette Merle Minix of Oakley, who passed away Sunday at the UK hospital. The daughter of the late Lige and Maud Minix Merle, she's survived by her sons Robinette and Gregory, and daughter Tamara Howard, 2 grandchildren as well. Jeanette is preceded in death by her husband Robinson Minix and a sister, Oralee Push. Services again Thursday at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation Wednesday evening, 5 until 9. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank. Just as quick as one arrives, it feels like the next is already about to begin. And Conley Tire doesn't want you to start any of the driving seasons unprepared. Be safe and sound and get there with the best offers on the best tires by the best manufacturers. All with service you've grown to trust. Go to conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville to find out more. Or give them a call at 297-2424.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy. The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service. And the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
Hello, my fellow Magoffin Countyans. As we get closer to the November election, I would like for you to consider something. We have seen a drastic increase in meth, heroin, and fentanyl over the last 8 years. The direct result has been the loss of loved ones to overdose deaths, children being placed in foster care, and an increase in crime such as burglaries and thefts. Now we are seeing a trend to rainbow-colored fentanyl pills that resembles candies such as Smarties, Skittles, and M&Ms. It's obvious that this is a way for drug dealers to target our children, and that's unacceptable. Folks, we've got to have a change. We have to take our county back. With nearly 34 years of experience and training, I am the only qualified candidate for sheriff. I'm William Bill Meade, Republican candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff. Thank you, and God bless.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
And now we'll spend the last few moments more than usual talking about the weather on a variety of different topics. A record-setting day this day was some years back, but more importantly, let's talk about Hurricane Ian, its projected path, the catastrophic effects and harm it could leave on Floridians, and how the remnants thereof may trickle their way into Kentucky by the weekend and early next week. Here's the latest.
A quick local tidbit before we go on to Ian. Back in 1984, this day, the Jackson National Weather Service recorded a 49-degree high, not a low, This was more than just your average cold snap. Set a record. It still is a record. They were like 49 and 50 over the course of the next 3 days thereafter. Now, on to Ian. This was a loop just taken and grabbed a few moments ago. You can see the eye getting closer to the coast of Florida. It is expected to back down just a bit, back down to a Category 3 hurricane when it does make landfall. It's a Category 3 right now. It's expected to crank up to a 4, maybe slightly lessening back down to a 3 when it makes landfall. Winds of over 100 miles an hour are expected, and after it hits Florida, it's expected to cross Florida, go up the coast, and then hit the coast again, somewhere around the Carolinas, possibly. It will be a tropical storm, most certainly by then. And in doing so, we'll leave beforehand. I mean, we're talking about catastrophic conditions. Storm surges of up to 12 feet as a result. There you can see 8 to 12 feet from a stretch from Bonita Beach up to the middle of Longboat Key there. Mandatory evacuation orders in Charlotte, Citrus, Hernando, Hillsborough, Lee, Levy, Pasco, Pinellas, and Sarasota counties. And not just a storm threat. We're talking about winds of over 110 miles an hour being very, very possible. As much as 24 inches of rain in parts of Florida. And after it leaves Florida, like I said, it'll make a run up the coast and then make landfall again as a tropical storm. We might see very little of the remnants thereof, enough to put some shower chances only in our 7-day at this time. Ian will make landfall tomorrow morning, tomorrow sometime, certainly, and we certainly pray for all those folks in its wake. We literally have a number of McGoffin Countyans, former McGoffin Countyans who live in those areas that are going to be most greatly affected, and we wish them nothing more but a safe next few days. 40 degrees for us, mostly clear tonight. Northwesterly winds 5 to 15. Still a little bit breezy out there today. Not quite so much tomorrow, but still cool. Look at this, 63 tomorrow, close to 40 again tomorrow night. Winds not as dramatic. I mean, 5 to 8 miles per hour on average for your Wednesday. We'll follow up Thursday with adding about 3 degrees or so. Still sunny, about 66. Winds will crank back up a bit out of the northwest, up to 10, 15 miles per hour. Then by Friday night, I think 3 or 4 a.m., technically Saturday morning, that's when we'll start to possibly see some precipitation from Ian, what's left of it. And that is going to be in the form of about a 30% shot of some showers. And again, that's during the overnight, 3, 4 in the a.m. Saturday morning, technically. And thereafter, it's just a bit of an unknown for us. Computer models are just back and forth. Right now, a good average, 1 to 3 inches of total rainfall that we could see from these conditions that, once again, will start during the overnight and early morning hours on your Saturday. We've got, of course, a few more days this week to get a better handle on what we might see. And, again, that looks to be the high end of it right now. Continued 50% chance of showers on your Saturday and 67. Sunday, 66, partly sunny, 40% lingering shower chances, but declining all the way through, well, this time next week. Temperatures do rebound, though, by this time next week. We'll get out of the mid-60s and should hit close to the 70-degree mark on your next Tuesday. And then it will be on to, well, undoubtedly our next weather pattern, whatever that may be. We'll know more in the coming days. Right now, all eyes on our fellow Americans and some friends and family on the Florida coast.
And that'll wrap it up for this Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you tomorrow. Good night, and thank you as always for watching.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.